What is up,
Everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch. Okay, today we got a brand new update. We are here on the October 29th patch notes on JP because, as you can see in the top right corner, we got two new angels coming to Grand Cross. The first one being Ludociel, yes, they're actually really cool to look at. And both of them have really interesting kits, which I'm excited to summon for because they're going to drop tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So let's just jump straight into it. So, new chapter update. You know, we're moving forward on the chapter. That means more gems for us. Good stuff. But let's take a look at the new units. Okay, we got SARIEL and Tarmiel. Now, this is getting to the point where, like, it is exceeding my knowledge of 7 Deadly Sins because I stopped watching. Like, I did not watch the most recent season of 7 Deadly Sins, but I did read a decent amount. But like, I read it like 3 or 4 years ago, so I don't know. Like I recognize these guys, but I don't remember much about them. Either way, let's go into it. We are continuing the series of Grace units. And if you guys don't know what that means is, we'll start with Ludociel, right? So if you take a look at Ludociel, he has a grace, which is similar to the commandments, but it's just beneficial. And it can be applied. It only applies to himself, but if you use him as an associated unit, it works that way as well. So his is gain evasion to petrification free stun effects for 2 turns at the start of the battle, which is a pretty good effect. Now, starting with SARIEL, we'll go over his passive. Increases the basic stats of goddess race allies by 20% of the hero's basic stats. Yeah, pretty much what the saying is, these 3 stats right here, it'll take 20% of that and add them on to everyone else. I don't know if this counts as boosting himself, like if he boosts his own stats by 20%, kind of like Red Hellbrum, like the OG Red Hellbrum did. But for a fact, he definitely buffs everyone else. Now, Grace of Tornado. If a critical strike occurs when the hero uses a skill, ignore 50% of the enemy's critical defense. He's saying when you crit, you hit hard. That's it. Imagine this on like a Zeldris, or you're like, I want to bring out OG Jericho. Or you just toss it on Lost Vein and you're having a good time, right? Like, this is a really, really good grace, because at the end of it, like, these graces are a second passive that you get to put on units, but they're kind of whaley. Like, that's the one thing I don't like about them. They really do not, for the associated aspect of it, it only benefits whales. But as a standalone unit, it seems pretty good. Now, we got 2 abilities, and his ultimate Sharp Wind inflicts sever damage equal to 300% on all enemies. Now keep in mind, sever is only a 2 times crit chance increase, but it got buffed 2-3 times over here. So every unit that has sever also got buffed, and the move itself does more damage. So if you go down here, sever, these are the damages of sever moves beforehand. So they used to do like 160% on rank 1, now they're 180 for a single target. AoE was 100, now it's 120. So these were buffed. Yeah, just keep that in mind, because whenever they what they started doing now is they'll release a unit with an outdated skill. Like for example, they'll release SARIEL with the Sever skill, but they see that the skill is pretty much never used. So what they'll do is they'll use this as an opportunity to buff the skill, and we've had this happen 2 or 3 times now, which I really like, because whenever these units come out, a lot of other units just get indirect buffs because of the essential power creep with these new units. Then we got Tornado, which is a single target attack with a new modifier, Power Strike, additional damage based on enemies' resistance. I think this is a new modifier. I don't recognize it, but if someone has it, let me know. Like if some other character has it. And then we got Twin Wind Blade, inflicts sever damage equal to 630% on a single target. Pretty much he's guaranteed to crit, and I wish I had his base stats. It was on the live stream, but I just can't find it anymore. One thing I did saw is with Max Cosmetics, he had over 200% he had over 200% crit damage. And that's really, really good for no crit damage rolls. That's a really high crit damage modifier. So he will hit hard. I'm going to assume the best way to go about him is attack set with crit damage. Like a attack crit damage set instead of attack defense. And then give him a couple of crit damage lines as well to make use of it. Because I don't know how likely... So this is the only move. This tornado is the only move that doesn't say anything about increased crit chance. So I don't know what his crit chance is normally. And I don't want to... If you give him full crit damage, this move in particular might miss and do absolutely nothing. Like it will just do no damage. Now moving on to Tarmiel, the three-headed dude. His passive is decrease all enemies max HP by 200% of the hero's defense. Activates when entering battle, excluding deathmatch. So he has to be out on the field. His grace is when the hero takes damage on enemy's turn, recovers HP equal to 150% of defense at the start of ally's turn. So he is a defense-focused character, which makes me think, is he going to be the first person to run a triple defense set genuinely? Not for the sake of PvE. For example, like we used to run Red Gother with triple defense so you could get patience on guild boss, so you'd take no damage so his passive could keep stacking, or on certain super boss battles or final boss. But Tarmiel seems like the first unit that might actually genuinely want to run a triple defense set with, you know, just max defense substats. I don't know, like I'll probably test it, right? It seems like I just don't know how well it would work, or if it's just not worth it at all and you just run them normally, HP defense. Because that's the thing, right? Like I gotta see if it's worth running them like that, but it is cool. Like it's cool because no one uses defense stat like this, or no one takes advantage of defense stat. So we'll see. Now Arc Beam is his first move. Inflicts damage equal to 450% on one enemy and depletes ultimate gauge. This is the standard, you know, hit them, remove an ultimate gauge move. So that's nothing spectacular. And the second move is a stance. Assumes a stance for 3 turns, which reduces the final damage taken by 65% when an ally is attacked, and takes 30% of the reduced damage. So this is kind of like a... It's not a taunt, but it's a redirect, right? If someone gets your Lost Vein Meliodas gets hit with a 100k ultimate, that's getting reduced by 65%. So he's only taking 35k damage instead. And then of the reduced damage, so that 65k damage that disappeared, you're taking 30% of that. So he's a tank. Now I don't know if this 30% reduced damage then gets like further reduced by Tarmiel's stats. Like, you know, if he has really high defense, does it get reduced even further? Something I gotta look into. And then his final move, Arc. Oh, they're all Arc. Okay. Inflicts damage equal to 420% of defense on all enemies. Heals HP of all allies equal to 30% damage dealt. Okay, maybe triple defense is the wave. Oh, I might have to start building. Okay, so these are the things. You got 600 gem banner for both of them on there at a 0.5% rate, which is great. You also have some really good units on here between Demon Hendrickson and Ludociel. That's really it. The other units are whatever. But yes, so this banner does, like, I would really like them to keep putting units like Zeldris and Droll. Like they really need to start including those guys on here, but I guess, you know, since this is not a commandment banner, they didn't include them. But those units I would like to see in the future. Now, you get to choose. This is because of the 600, you get to choose between one of them. So if you do a full rotation, you are guaranteed to get one of them, which is really good. Ideally, you know, like I'm going to be going for 4 copies of both if I can, if I get lucky within a rotation. I only like doing 2 rotations max. Any more than that is really rough. But moving on, we got their cosmetics. Of course, it's going to be 2 UR cosmetics and 1 SSR. New bundles for people who want to spend money. Events. And we're getting the return of the Lilia Disaster Event. Definitely a really good event. Make sure you take advantage of this, but now this time it'll be Camilla instead of Lilia at the final boss. So take advantage of this, farm up whenever you can. These are the schedule for when it's open. It's 2 days on, 1 day off. Going down. Don't care about these. They're just bringing back some exchange stuff. Diamond bonus event. Oh, these are more packs. Okay, don't care. Going down, going down. Have stamina. People don't like 3v3 brawl, so we'll skip that. Translations for that. Oh yes, you can use anvils on your main stat now. So, or whatever reason, if you need to do that, you can. I think it's really good. It'll save you some gems. It'll definitely save me some gems. Sometimes I'm just lazy and I don't feel like hunting for the perfect main stat, and I'll just kind of pick whatever I have and go off of there. And then, like I said, this was the buffs to Sever before. So that's it for now. Of course, when they come out, I'll probably do a summon video on the 2 angels. But yeah, besides that, that's really it. Hopefully you enjoyed the angel stuff, and I'm gonna be making more KOF, not collab, the KOF collab videos on the new units that came out. So that's it. Have a good one, and peace out.